what you want to be getting excited about, you'll have some flyers going round now, is that we're going to be holding a one-day festival here, entirely of original music.
In Portugal, there's a YouTube show full of fun facts you need to know. Carl rings the bell and the members show to the GMP morning show. Featured guests will come and they will blow your mind. The audience will do so in kind. A little vanity mixed with some insanity on the morning show with GMP. Hey, you gumpers.
Hola, bon dia, alegria. Munson here with the Good Morning Portugal show. Or should I say, hola, bon dia, alegria, y amor. Munson here with the Good Morning Portugal show, live stream and podcast. Talking of which, the second episode of Munson and the Geezer, actually official title, Expat Euro News, is available on Spotify. Me and the Geezer are on Spotify, and you can also find us on GMP TV. Second episode last night. And even if I say so myself, it was rather good. Really enjoyed talking to Tony, and we take a look at world news through the lens of foreigners living in Europe. So thank you if you popped in and listened last night. Right, this morning, amazing show for you. Again, if I may say so myself, an amazing show lined up for you. A bit of a film festival and a bit of a love fest. You know, we've unilaterally declared a summer of love before now, and we keep going. We keep going. And you may have seen the opening meme. I thought this was very beautiful. What is it? On Facebook, where I saw this, this is what was, it came with the legend or the text, everything we say to them matters. And of course, this is some parents here pouring words of love or intentions of love into the ear of their sleeping child there. And I hope in some way that's what we do every morning. We mainline love into your luggoles first thing in the morning. And my only hesitation or regret about sharing that with you is I can't share the name of the artist who came up with that absolutely beautiful image there. We are letting love grow. That is what we want to do to you every morning, and especially this morning when musical man mountain Brani joins us. So a lot of Brani. I mean, there's a lot of the guy, and there's a lot of him on the show this morning. Brani will be joining us at around 15:15. And as I say, a bit of a film festival this morning. Lots of lovely footage to bring you of various sorts. Our property of the week. We're going to have a little bit of a video from Quinta dos Três Rios. I see that Hugh is with us already, eagerly awaiting. I think he's got his popcorn. Or if I know Hugh, it'll be some produce from the land there at Quinta dos Três Rios. It won't be popcorn. It'll be something that he's picked, well, grown, picked, and prepared and made for breakfast that he'll be joining us with. Good morning from Hugh Jane and our harvest workawayers. Feel free to name check your workawayers. It's such a lovely opportunity to be able to go to work at QTR. It was hashtag QTR, Quinta dos Três Rios. And what a lovely opportunity to go there as a volunteer, as a workaway, especially this time of year. And we'll make a little video of the harvest pictures that you sent to me as well, Hugh. I'm adding that to my video making list, which what's been on my video making list recently is the Lexus video. I made that. and we are waiting for clearance from Lexus PR, which we have now. So I'll be delighted to share that with you, which features Quinta dos Três Rios, and of course, some footage that the amazing Austin brothers made there a couple of weekends ago. So we'll share that with you before Brani joins us this morning. Then a video that I'm really proud to have made, captured and made. Yes, love the turtleneck. Very erudite, to be sure. How about this then? If I go to, I think I can change this. I thought this might be a great filter to go with the turtleneck. I often wear a turtleneck, to be quite honest with you, John, when I can't find a shirt. So that was pretty much that was it. There were shirts available when I had a closer look, but I thought, yeah, it's autumnal, and I will wear. Look, how about that? I just need to be smoking a French cigarette, maybe, and have a beret over the top of my headphones here. There you go, black and white. Memories of childhood for some of you there. Imagine that this is the only channel you can watch, and it's also in black and white. And if there were more channels, you couldn't be bothered to get up because you don't have a remote control, and there's no child in the room to send to go and change the channel. Anyway, where was I? Crudité or erudite? I'll go with both. I'll be your crudité this morning, with the emphasis on crude sometimes. We ended the show yesterday, of course, with a massive inflatable bottom. So I think crudité is not an unfair review of my performance sometimes. By Randy's in as well. Antonio F. News from Antonio F. because it is Craft Beer Corner as well today, where of course I have the chance to take you to Castanheira de Pera. Oh yeah, and that's what I was talking about. The video that I made there at the weekend, it was truly sacred and profane. Talking of crudité, it was sacred and profane in central Portugal this weekend, and I have a video to share with you. And a thing of beauty from Andy Klein as well. He's been over to Madeira, and he's got a lovely video from the Fanal Forest. Really atmospheric and magical video. So thank you, Andy, for that. All of that to come. Happy birthday wishes to Heather this morning, Heather Binder, Ita Binder. Happy birthday to you, Heather. And to Chris Rattenbury, my boxing coach. Yeah, the boxing coach from the UK. It's his birthday as well today. So happy birthday to you. And last night, I spoke to Denise Kearney. She, of course, runs an Airbnb in Vila Nova de Poeiras in central Portugal, not a million miles away from Coimbra. I spoke to her and Steve last night, and it was a really good 30 minutes on how to set up and run, what it's like to set up and run an Airbnb here in Portugal, what it's like also to come from Canada to Portugal, set up business, get into real estate, and she's been here for 3 years today. So happy birthday to you. Should we play the Parabéns video to Heather, to Chris, and to Denise? I think we should. Here we go. It's for you. Yes, unleash, not unleash, real estate. Unleash the champagne or the espumante corks for you this morning. And yes, release the cockerels this morning. Okay, right now, I do have a lot to share with you, and I'm panicking a bit that I don't miss anything this morning. Oh, and we've got a Portuguese word of the day as well, erudito. I bet you didn't know that one. Well, thank you. I've taken an educated, an erudite guess at that, but erudito, assuming that it does mean the same thing, erudite and erudito, also erudito. You can use that as you go into the cafe this morning to have your cafe nata. Oh, yes. Talking of going into the cafe to have a cafe nata, cafe inata, I had my anniversary because it's 7 years for us in Portugal. And I like around this time of year to take a picture of one of the first, or recreate the scene that I created 7 years ago. The cafe up the road where we first stayed here in Portugal in Tomar. I have a very similar scene. This one, of course, taken this year, 7 years later, at the Intermarché, which is reopened, thankfully, at the local Intermarché. There was a cafe here when we first came and discovered San Martinho de Porto. It's reopened. And that is my recreated picture that I will do every year from now on. I think I've got one for most years, but certainly from here on in, there will be a picture of my coffee and my pastel de nata. There, the coffee is mer de leite. I didn't know how to order that in year one. I do now. And I think maybe they even understand what I'm saying 7 years later. Do you have that when you're trying to order a mer de leite here in Portugal? Okay, let's go to, let's do some motoring, shall we? Let's get in that Lexus and we'll drive to Quinta dos Três Rios before we get out and have a look at the property from the ground and from the air. I see one of the amazing Austin brothers is here already this morning. Good morning to you, Gary. And all because, yes, I know, German U-boat captain, milk tray man, and on this occasion, the milk tray man, because of my is it turtleneck? Yeah, it's not a crew neck, is it? It's a turtleneck. Polo neck, I like to call it, but not polo shirt. It's very confusing, isn't it, with men's apparel? You know, can I see your pants? Can I see your trousers? And all because the lady loves Eggy Topno. I'm not sure he's entirely happy about that. I am going to show a picture of him. I'm going to show a Starmer shot of Eggy eating a sausage this morning. If you've just joined us and you've just heard the phrase, I'm going to show a Starmer shot of Eggy eating a sausage, I can understand why you might be a little bit confused. Let's see if we can rid ourselves of that confusion. Let's jump in the Lexus, shall we, with Colin Ross Jones, and we're going to head to Quinta dos Três Rios, and we're going to show you around that gaff as well this morning. We have a delightfully beautiful Portuguese day and not the rain we've become accustomed to on these outings. What are we in this time?
We are in, would you believe, a Lexus. Lexus is an upmarket Toyota, and it took the German car industry by shock that they could produce such a good quality car, and it improved all the Mercedes and BMWs for the future.
You've got a big Lexus smile on your face. I think it's safe to say you're enjoying it so far.
I am indeed. This is the NX 450H. The NX is like the smaller version of the RX. The RX is the top of the range, really upmarket, sort of Range Rover size and quality. And this is like the smaller Evoque type size car.
A very beautiful Friday evening here in central Portugal. We've picked up the Lexus from Caetano in Coimbra, and we're going to Viseu to see Hugh. And this is the right car for that property, isn't it?
To arrive at Hugh's wonderful premises in a car like this, it's just what you need. It's just a shame that you're a male and not a female. I could impress.
None taken. All right. Okay, so tell us a little bit more about the vehicle itself, if you will.
It is a plug-in hybrid. It's just a very nice Lexus SUV.
And tell us about how you're actually experiencing it on the road here today.
At the end of the day, the roads we're on are not as smooth as they could be, but the ride on this is so comfortable.
Yeah.
It has an adjustable support at the front for the thighs, which is very nice, and right at the back there is a lumbar support, which is very pleasant for a good old guy like me.
But your first impressions, if you could just sum that up for us?
I think anybody looking to buy a quality SUV should not look in the BMW or Mercedes route. They should look in Lexus. It's a beautiful, well-finished car. Everything is so solid and beautifully made. You just feel like a king in here.
Okay, so check it out. If you were thinking of BMW or Mercedes automatically, think again, take a look at the
NX 450H. What a car.
You're really impressed, aren't you?
Oh, what a car. This makes me feel like I deserve to have the luxury. No, this is excellent.
Yeah, thank you very much. Centro Lexus in Coimbra. That's Caetano Auto. And yeah, a proper old guy review of a car, talking about thigh support and lumbar support. It's like old gear, not top gear. Fantastic. And that was a beautiful vehicle that took us to Quinta dos Três Rios. Morning, Brani. We'll be with you in just a minute. And it was the perfect vehicle. The ray of sunshine, REI. See what we did there. He felt like a king driving that. And then we were treated like a king and queen. I'll let you choose which is which with me and Colin. And we stepped into Hugh and Jane's gaff here. Have a look around inside the property here of Quinta dos Três Rios, which is on the market. I think us Gumpers should have a whip round and buy it together. We have such fun living there together in a kind of remake of Summer Holiday, a road trip. Brani's all about the road trip, of course. I don't know who's going to be Cliff Richard, who's going to be Una Stubbs. We could buy the place if we have a whip round and live there, drink the wine. I'll be drinking their rosé next Monday. We're having his and hers rosé as the Good Morning Portugal Wine Club special next Monday. We would have as much wine as we want to drink, as probably as much food as we want to grow and drink, and we could go skinny dipping in the river together. On second thoughts, let's not do that. Superb. Great job, the amazing Austin brothers. And there's going to be like a sort of mini documentary version, I think, as well, that's going to be cut with me talking to Hugh there, as you saw us cheersing with the view of the mountains and the river beach below. It was just so wonderful to be there that weekend. And you may have seen a little bit of footage in there of Hugh walking back from the smoker. He smoked some back bacon, and we had that on handcrafted pizza made by one of the wonderful volunteers as we had lunch on that long table outside the house there. Brani, you need to buy it. That needs to be your country HQ, and we can have little music festivals there. We're going to talk to you in just a moment about the music festival that's coming up at Prohibition at the weekend. Yeah, I've got my Prohibition decanter. Have you got yours? Buy it from their merch. Just very quickly before we go to Brani, I wanted to share this with you because my blood pressure soared last night as I came back from a walk with the dogs. I turned into my street after walking the dogs down the country lane. Lovely to see the stars at the moment in the sky. It's a really nice moment to be having a nice relax, breathe out, end of the day, just me and the dogs walking along. It's one street away, but it feels like I'm in the middle of the countryside. I come back to civilization. I turn the corner and I see in the distance, there's a house on fire in my street. Hold on a minute, that is my house. The house, this picture hasn't quite captured it, but the house was glowing red. And it looked like there was a blaze going on the first floor. It's Mrs. M with her infrared lamp. Not on fire at all, but she's no idea what it looks like from the outside. It does look like, on the one hand, that the house is on fire. It also might look like there may be a queue of gentlemen, Mrs. M, if you keep putting a red light on late at night on the top floor of our house. Anyway, least said, soonest mended, and I breathed out and I relaxed. Let's do that now. Let's breathe out. Let's relax. Let's let love flow and bring on the man who's behind that message, which we really need right now, I would say. Let's give him a nice big round of applause. It's the Brani, everybody. Now, why is it in darkness, Brani? We're letting love flow here, and all we've got is oh, there he is. Okay.
Hello,
mate.
Good
How
morning.
are you? Good
Fantastic.
morning.
And yourself?
Yeah, very good. Inspired, as ever, by your message and the upcoming festival, the mini festival that's happening this Sunday, I believe, at the Prohibition. There you go. Another plug.
That's
Product
correct.
placement. Tell us a little bit more about it, Brani, and what's going on. What's the inspiration for you to be part of this amazing event that's going to happen on Sunday?
So, hello everybody. My team and I are very, very excited. As you said, this Sunday at Prohibition Bar, it's the first ever, and I mean the first ever edition of the Let Love Grow Festival. Now, you've had me on the show a few times. So
Yep.
for those who don't know, Let Love Grow was my first EP. The message behind it being for people to make more space in their lives for activities, hobbies, etc. that fulfill them. And we thought that that message was too good to just leave behind in a music EP. So we decided to make a festival and bring together a lot of amazing artists who were brave enough to take that step, whether part-time or full-time, to make space in their lives for something that inspires them. And for an activity that inspires them. And that's what that day is all about. So we've got 5 amazing music acts, one of which is myself with my band. We've got 1 hour of stand-up comedy, and we've got just a great day filled with a lot of entertainment and a lot of good vibes. We've also got a painter and we've got a photographer who will be there displaying their work. So basically, in summary, it's just a day to celebrate creativity, a day to celebrate good vibes, and bring together wonderful people.
Absolutely. What a lovely idea. What a lovely idea. And who was it who said what the world needs now is love, sweet love? I think a few people recorded that, Bacharach and David too. And you're picking up that baton firmly and running with it, Brani. Let Love Grow Festival. And I just think it's so important. The opening meme, if you weren't here earlier on, and you may not have seen this, Brani, this I think is beautiful. I think this is what you're doing musically, and that's some lovely parenting right there, isn't it? That's what we all longed for. That's how we hope to be as parents. Doesn't always work out like that, but it doesn't mean we can't reset and try again. Each new day brings a new opportunity, does it not, to connect with love and let love flow in exactly the way you've described there, Brani. And I love that. You know, getting people to connect with what lights them up, I suppose, is what you're talking about.
Yes, indeed. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And we really wanted to give a platform for something like that. We're also immensely grateful to have people working with us who are also on that vibe and who support that vibe, and we're bringing something new to the area. And one of them is definitely Prohibition Bar, because it's not only this festival, but they've cooperated with us for the whole summer. I've released 2 singles, one of which was 2 or 3 weeks ago in Prohibition Bar, and they've just been immensely supportive of us, of this concept, and in general of musicians in the area. So a big shout out goes out to them, a big thank you, and I warmly recommend for those who've never been there to come check it out this Sunday, and for those who are regulars to come, because we're really preparing a beautiful event.
Yes, it is your chance to come and check out Prohibition and be at the Let Love Grow Festival. We have a terrible line. We've got an awful connection with you, Brani. So I think probably the thing to do is maybe if you could maybe reset your connection whilst we listen to the new single. I think that's going to be a good idea. I did play the festival promo, which is a beautiful piece of work in its own right. And we'll go out with that as well later on. And we also have a chance to listen to some of your music. So here's the new single. See what you can do about your sound connection. The irony of a man who makes beautiful music, and we haven't got a very good audio connection with him this morning. But we'll see what we can do about that while the single is playing. Could you introduce your single to us, please?
Absolutely. So this is the second single that I released this summer, which is part of my road trip of this summer. The first one was Love Spell, where we're also telling the story of a lovely couple meeting. And now in this single, which you're about to see and hear, the couple is having some drama. There will be more to come, but this summer is culminating in the Let Love Grow Festival this Sunday. And Road Love was a major milestone and step towards this festival. So do check it out and enjoy the song.
Wonderful. Thank you, Brani.
I don't know where to go. Does it show? Does it show? Does it show? I don't know where to go, where to go. The sun is shining and it won't shine through. The wind is howling, screaming what to do. Up in the north there's a pouring rain. Here down south it's all burning in flames. Shoot, shoot, shoot it, shoot it, what? He likes the chill, but she likes the rock. She likes the money, but he wants it to stop. Shoot, shoot, shoot it, shoot it, what? Yeah! They hit the city in a burning rain. They both looking to turn the page. Ready to a sign, tell them to stop. He wanted to roll, but she did not, yeah! I once said we're up in clouds, and now it feels we gonna drown. And there are things in our past always make good times not last. The sun is shining and it won't shine through. The wind is howling, screaming what to do. Up in the north there's a pouring rain. And here down south it's all burning in flames. Shoot, shoot, shoot it, shoot it, what? He likes to chill, but she likes to rock. She likes the money, but he wants it to stop. Shoot, shoot, shoot it, shoot it, what? Yeah! They hit the city in a burning rain. They both looking to turn the page. Ready to a sign, tell them to stop. He wanted to roll, but he did not, yeah! Sun is shining and it won't shine through. The wind is howling, screaming what to do. Up in the north there's a pouring rain. And here down south it's all burning in flames. I don't know where to go. Does it show? Does it show? Does it show? I don't know where to go, where to go.
Fantastic. Another great video, another great song, another great video. Really, really good. I mean, you've got an amazing crew there, haven't you? Amazing creative people behind you and terrific characters, says Joao Ernesto. He's found for his background parts in the video. Could you tell us a bit more about the making of that and where you get all these fantastic people from?
Absolutely. Thank you very much. So yeah, we're very, very proud of this video and this song. Once again, it's the Alba Creativo video crew who work with our local municipality of Lourinhã. They always do such great work and they're so pleasant to work with. The Dark Pub was filmed in Santa Cruz in a place called Manel Bar. Can you hear me a bit better now, by the way?
I've changed a bit of a setting here and we can hear you much better now, which will be
very good.
A great relief. So that's, yeah, carry on. It's much
exactly. Yeah. So Santa Cruz, there's a place called Manel Bar, which has been there since, I believe, 1979. So as you can see, it's got quite a vintage look. And then that field where the couple is on the way to Torres Vedras. And almost every beach around here looks like that beach. So we just picked a local beach to film some more of those songs. The background characters are just people who sometimes come to my shows because I play a lot of pubs around here and people take notice and come to your shows. And so those are 3 charming older gentlemen from our area who like to participate in the project every now and then. Actually, one of those gentlemen will be at our festival this Sunday making flowers, which he makes out of little papers and handing them out to people. Very, very charming. So yeah, that's basically the crew behind it. We've got the video crew, we've got the band, and yeah, it's always, you know, the more we work together, the better it becomes, and we look forward to doing more things in the future, of course.
Yeah. Okay. Can we name check your two principal actors as well? And they were in that Ford Escort Cabriolet again, weren't they?
That's correct. So our lovely couple. In this one, as you could tell, they got into a bit of a drama, and the story is yet to be resolved.
Yes.
But this is Inês and Ricardo, who live where we live in Ribamar. A very, very lovely young couple who are also very supportive of our project, and very, very nice people. And I do hope, because this was a bit of a step out of their comfort zone, and our project is about getting people out of their comfort zone to explore. I do hope that this encourages them to take on more acting, because I personally think that they just look so good, and they're doing such a great job that I think they should pursue this more for fun.
Yeah, agreed. Absolutely agreed. And when you got her to lie down in the middle of the road, I'm thinking, please don't do that. And yes, get up. Don't lie in the middle of the road. It's always great, isn't it? When you see that in a movie, you know, or someone lying on railway tracks or on the road there, an excellent dramatic moment in that fantastic video there. And lovely to see the car again. We like cars here. Perfectly captured the mood, the scene when the guys at the table all turn their heads when you walk in the room there, Brani. Yeah, brilliant. It is. And I've got to say as well, talking of characters, when I saw you play at Prohibition, is the selection process of your band that they have to look like Brani to be in the band of the Brani as well? How did you do that?
To be honest with you, I just, Carl, I just think I was lucky, and I don't actually think it's luck. I think that when you're doing something that really emanates what you do, you attract a similar vibe.
Yeah.
It's funny that you noticed that, because they indeed they're very tall. They've got darker hair, curly. I think it's a powerful, it's a powerful projection when you got three tall guys looking like that and playing rock and roll music. I'm very lucky to have them. They're great musicians and great guys.
Yes, yeah, and I can't wait for the for any sort of extra female music players to be in the band who've got lovely big beards and long curly hair as well. Maybe that's
more of that in the future.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it already. And that could be a thing, couldn't it? At Brani gigs, you can have like a big wig that you can buy to put on as you come in, and the whole crowd can have stick-on beards and wigs to do that thing. That would be amazing. Or maybe a video like that one day.
I think that's an idea to pass along to management for sure. Let's get the crowd to look like Brani.
Yes,
good stuff. I need to ask you these things more.
bringing us back then to Sunday. We're going to get to see you play, which is great in its own right. But you mentioned this whole roster of other people and happenings. So not just on stage, but the man making the flowers, the videographer, the photographer. There's going to be all sorts going on in the festival ground, as it were, around the Prohibition Bar, and a stand-up. So a really great idea to make like a day of like a variety show as much as a music. Was that your idea to make it like a variety show as well?
That was the idea of Cristiana, who manages me and works with me, and who is also my partner. So we kind of came up with that idea of how to do something a little bit different, and how to bring more people together, and how to do something awesome for the community. Because, like, indeed, we don't see too many festivals for emerging artists around here. And what we mean by emerging artists, for an example, is that this is a festival for original music, for an example. So the bands, and it's not all bands, we've got solo artists as well, more on that later. They're all playing their own songs, So this is a platform to give them a space to project and to express themselves and their work. And it's the same with the painter. His name is Pierre Costa, who is a prominent painter around our area. It's going to be his things, his work, as well as our photographer. So that's the idea behind that. And we also wanted to make, what you said, a big variety show. So that's why we wanted to combine a lot of different acts also musically, so that we can really project different kinds of energies and bring a lot of different things together, rather than focusing on one genre. Mhm.
Yeah, really, really good idea to do that and make a day of it. We know that our friend Nuno Mensch from Winsurance will also be there, milling around in the crowd. So not only that full roster, but you can also buy insurance, which I think is very. Although he'll hate me for saying that, he just wants to be there and have a great time. I don't think he wants to sell insurance. But a lot of us know Nuno, and he's coming up on Sunday as well. Is the
Indeed.
painter going to be painting live? Is that what you're saying?
That is the idea, and that's what he does in general. You will often find him at music concerts or other events, literally painting the event. So
Amazing.
that's actually what he does. That's his thing. Along with displaying his work, he's actually going to make one or a few. It's up to him. Paintings of the day itself, which should turn out amazing. Very excited for that.
Great
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so let's
Yeah.
before you go, can you go through this lineup once more? Because I see the
Sure.
wonderful Wildflowers are playing as well. It's this
Yes.
Sunday at Prohibition, right, which is in Óbidos,
Mhm.
in on the Silver Coast here. It's going to be a great day out. I mean, if you're coming from another part of the country, there are so many lovely places to stay. You can stay inside the medieval castle ground, which we did when we went to see Brani a couple of weeks ago. Lots of lovely places to stay, and you could stay there on a Saturday night, or you could stay there on a Sunday night, or both, and then come to the Let Love Grow Festival. So take us through that lineup, if you will, please, Brani.
Of course. So we open the doors at 12, and then the first act is Constanza Quinteiro, who is immensely talented. She's been on The Voice. She's played on some pretty prestigious festivals, and most importantly, she's a great musician and a lovely person. She's playing samba-style guitar, but singing in European Portuguese, pop, soul, that kind of thing, starting off the day mellow. The next act I'm especially excited about is Hera, because as you might remember, I came to this country because of Portuguese American Idol. And I was supposed to stay for a short time, but ended up staying longer because it opened doors for me. Why I'm mentioning this, I met this girl there called Beatriz Almeida, who made it to the top 3 finalists of that edition. And this is her band. It's her singing with 2 guys in the back supporting her with keys and guitar. She's a moving piece of art and an incredible voice. And we're so happy and proud to have her there. This is an artist you don't want to miss. Then we've got the lovely Wildflowers, and from what I understand, they were formed on this ground at Prohibition Bar. It used to be another bar, but they formed on that band. So we wanted to bring a house band, basically, somebody who formed on that earth, great guys, great vibe, great stage presence. It's the other rock band of the day, along with mine, which is the next band. Then we've got stand-up comedy, which we thought would be a very interesting twist. We've got 4 or 5 comedians coming from Lisbon to make a show in English. And finally, to close the festival, we've got our friend Gareth Owen, an English guy from Ericeira, who just writes wonderful music, singer-songwriter style, with a great voice and a great stage presence. And all the artists are covering something from the Let Love Grow EP, because this is the Let Love Grow Festival. So we thought it's going to be very interesting to hear them play those songs in their own style. So we're very, very excited to hear that's going to be.
Great idea.
Yeah, so that's the program, more or less. Any questions, Carl?
Well, I wonder if the stand-up comedians might make some Brani jokes as well. We'll have to just wait and see, won't we? That's
Let's see.
It's possible.
I think there might be a lot of potential and material to do that, so let's see what they come up with.
João Ernesto is going to come in his beard and Brani wig and beard. I think, maybe it can be a one piece, can't it? Like a great big merkin of a thing that could be used in other applications as well. It's not just for the Brani gigs. You can use it at home and impress your friends as well. I've got something to add to that as well. You may have seen Ana Moura, Portuguese singer, at the Golden Globes. Maybe your band could wear some of those nice see-through dresses as well on Sunday. What do you think about that?
Something I really think that after this, you and me need to talk, and you come and join some kind of creative support for my project. You've got some great ideas today.
Well, Anna, I'm sure that dress may well be at the dry cleaners, but she might get. And to be fair, and no disrespect to you guys, I'm not sure you're going to fit into Ana Moura's dress. She barely did, to be fair, at the Golden Globes. Brani, wonderful. This is superb. The Let Love Grow Festival. It's a crazy times in the world, and this is the perfect complement, antidote. I think we have a choice, don't we? We have an option. We always have the option of love, to do something loving, to be loved, to do something loving. And that's how it is, isn't it? In every given moment of our lives, to have that option and to have that choice. And if we're blessed to be here in this existence and we have that choice, we can make that choice. And it's ongoing. And who knows where that could take us in this world. Is that your philosophy, your ethic, your vibe? Do you want to say more about that?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I mean, you said it, and you really seem to be on that vibe and understanding it. You said it better than I could. I would add, it's little baby steps. It's those little decisions every day, and that's what Let Love Grow is about. Like baby steps going towards big steps, because the more of those positive decisions that you make, the more you will become in tune with yourself. And like you said with my band, attract people who are similar to you and who are on your vibe, and join together with people and make good impact instead of an impact of fear or negativity. And that's exactly what we're about. So you really said it, Carl.
Well said, mate. Well said. Wonderful. Have a great gig on Sunday.
I would only add one more thing. Sorry to interrupt. Tickets can be bought at the door for €10 or earlier on www.brani.pt with a promo code. If you write Brani, you get a €1 discount. Just FYI for those people who are thinking of getting their tickets early.
Yeah, and that's the link there, isn't it? I think I've got that right. So an early bird special, you can get a discount off your €10. I mean, that's a lot of value for €10. I think all the acts there. I mean, that's a ticket price for one band, let alone several bands and some stand-up comedians coming from Lisbon as well to do a comedy show. So have a great Sunday. It's going to be fantastic, I think. General Purpose is here. Good morning. Nice tune as well. Go along and see. Are you going to be playing that tune live on Sunday?
Without a doubt. It's the newest release. We're very excited to play it. We already played it at the release of that song. It's one of our favorites to play right now in our set.
Cheers, Brani. Have a wonderful time on Sunday. And of course, let love grow, my friend.
Let love grow, Carl. Thank you. See you.
All right. Cheers, mate. Take care. Bye for now. Bye for now. The amazing Brani. There you go. There is the ticket link, brani.pt. And if you go to brani.pt, I'm sure you'll be able to find it there. And you'll be greeted by this on the screen. And I think that's some earlier festival footage from one of his releases before, which is superb. And you may get papped and captured or even painted, laughed at even by a Lisbon comedian and the rest of the crowd. I think my advice to you with the stand-up comedy bit is probably don't sit in the front row. People forget that, don't they? They go to a comedy gig and they think, oh, I want a nice seat near the front. Oh, it's got some new software on the camera here. I want a nice seat near the front so I can hear what they're saying. And then about 5 minutes into it, it's like, hello, mate. Good evening, mate. What's your name? What do you do? And you think, I should not have sat in the front row of this comedy gig. But there you go. The Let Love Grow Festival. Very timely, very excellent, very appropriate. Have a great time, everybody who's going there at the Prohibition Bar, from where my decanter comes from. Nice bit of product placement there. Don't tell Richard. Right, okay, onward then. Let's have a little bit of a breathe. I'm going to take you to central Portugal now by way of a little bit of a contrast in some senses, but this is still all about letting love grow. I mean, in fact, I've got 2 videos for you this morning that are all about my passion for Portugal and the vibes of Portugal. I described being in Central this weekend, and we got one or two pictures from the Aldeia da Cerveja. Is that what it was called? Anyway, we'll come to the correct name of that beer festival. Suffice to say, a few of us gathered for the second year in the little Aldeia, in the little village of Pera, to try and enjoy some craft beers. And I stayed at the wonderful Casa Ribeira and was inspired to make a little film for you that I'll share with you now. And I described it as the spiritual, psychological, and social ballast of Portugal. See for yourself if this comes across as what I think is the true heart of Portugal, which is no disrespect to any other part of Portugal, but they've got it in abundance here. You get a real deep connection with the soul of Portugal. Here we go. Beer festival at Pera. Great job, Pete, and everybody, the whole team there at the Pera Beer Festival. And I'm making my way back now after a lovely evening. The amazing Austin brothers were there. Great to see you. Lots of friends from all over Portugal, actually, who'd gathered here this weekend. And look at this. I'm back at this little Aldeia. I think we're not turning into a pumpkin just yet. But I want to show you this lovely guest house that I'm staying at. And this is not Castanheira de Pera. This is, although look on here, you'll see on the local well here, you'll see Castanheira de Pera 1956. But this is Casa de Ribeira, as you can see from the sign here. But I urge you to come and stay here with the lovely Ruth, who now runs Casa Ribeira. And this is where I'm staying for the evening. And I've squirreled my bicycle here so that I can cycle back and pick up my car in the morning, which is how I arrange things. But if I'm quiet for a moment, you'll hear the river. I'm walking down a little leafy lane. Central Portugal. It's so peaceful, so quiet. There's a kind of cold night air, mountain air, it feels like, alpine air. And just down here, can you hear the river? Truly in the countryside of Portugal. This is the heart, the ballast, the spiritual, social, psychological ballast of Portugal, I think. And there's another lovely little Casa Ribeira sign there as I make my way tottering home after a lovely beer festival. How about that? So I better be quiet and I better sign off. Let's just look up the hill. Look at this, you can stay here. You can stay here in the middle of nowhere in Portugal. Well, what's this? Is that supplies for breakfast? Oh no, the animal feed. Hopefully that's not breakfast. Look, just wandering down. Oh, let me show you this actually. You've got to see this. Just got my key out of my pocket. Down a dark alleyway. Feel completely safe, nothing to worry about around here. Maybe wild boar are the only problem. Look, casting shadows in this lovely, very dark, tranquil, calm place. And coming into the courtyard. Oh, it's a bit too dark. Do you know what? I'll show you the pictures in the morning. I'm going to go to bed now. Right, I'm not sure how boozy my little tour sounded last night, but I did say, as I recall, that I would show you the beauty of this lovely place, Casa Ribeira, in the morning. And here we are. The sun is coming up over the other side of the valley there, just under the brolly there. You can see the sun breaking through the trees. And here I am waiting for breakfast in this lovely seating area with the sound of the river in the distance. Well, actually not too far in the distance. It's really, really lovely. And you can see the swimming pool. Just that light colour through there, I believe, is the pool. Yeah, you can see the blue of the pool through the bushes. And this amazing tree, I'm not sure what that tree is, but there's lovely big pom-poms on it. The planting here at this house is fabulous. And you can see the sunshine dappling the side of the house there. It really is a lovely place to stay. Casa Ribeira. I had a lovely peaceful night's sleep, and when I turned the lights out last night it was completely dark. Amazing. And here there's a goldfish tub here. I wonder if the fish are going to say good morning. Hello chaps. Look, it's so peaceful here. Should we have a little wander down to the swimming pool? I think we should. Okay, let's give a walk down the swimming pool. Come with me. Oh, hello. There's a little path down to the pool, I believe, down here. I've not been here before, down to the bottom here. I've heard it, but I've not, excuse me, I've not seen it. Look at this. There's some lounges by the pool and a plunge pool here. Isn't that fabulous? Look at this. Look at this valley. It's so Portuguese and so nice. Should we go and have a look? Peer over the edge here, see what's happening. Yeah, that's a natural waterfall you can hear down there. Isn't that fab? Look at that. Fantastic. And then looking along that way, along the river and up and over the valley. And let's do a sun salute, shall we? Oh, there's another one of those pom trees there. I don't know what that is, but they look rather lovely. And yeah, the sun's just about to come over the top of the hill, as you can see on the trees here. And then a quick look back. Pool, and Casa de Beira up there. Isn't that lovely? Very close to Castanheira de Pera. So we've got a little pool here. Oh, I walked past a pom-pom tree. Is that a chestnut? Maybe that is. Those are great big horse chestnuts, possibly. Anyway, yeah, we're near Castanheira de Pera. So if the little pool here is not big enough, June to, I think, August maybe, there's the huge lagoon, this wonderful river beach extension into a man-made great big pool with wave machine and so on. I think you can even surf there. It's quite an extraordinary part of the country. Central Portugal at its best. Have a great day. Oh, I'm really chilled out now. What a morning it's been. I think we've let love grow. A bit of morning glory this morning. Just a little loving early in the morning. That's how we roll here. Alegria y amor on the Good Morning Portugal show. Hope you enjoyed that. And let's stay over that way. Oh yeah, fantastic breakfast as well. Thank you, Ruth. She's a wonderful host at Casa de Beira. That's Ruth. And the website address if you want to book it. And I recommend it for a great place to go and enjoy that piece there. It was tinnitus quiet. It was pitch black when the lights went out, and they had that lovely organic nightlight as you saw in the video there. Turn that off and it was completely dark. Really, it goes beyond dark. I wasn't used to it. And then there was tinnitus quiet, if that makes sense. You know, no sounds. Switch the phone off. Just start, winding down to go to sleep, and you're aware that it's so quiet there. And I know that those of you who live in the countryside are familiar with this. But if you're not familiar with it, if your base level is near a town and there's just that little hum in the distance, when you go deep into the countryside like that and you're surrounded by hills, all you can hear is the little tinnitus in your head if you've got any. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how it struck me. Hugh wants to get some trout in that natural pool. That doesn't surprise me, Hugh. A bit of smoked trout from the river there. Yeah, fabulous breakfast. Thanks to Ruth. Great host. And, of course, fantastic hosting at the beer festival as well. So let me bring onto the screens a couple of pictures from that evening. The night before, the evening before the morning after. That we've got there. Now, I did have these pictures somewhere. I think I was hastily going to show you a picture of Anamora, but I'm not sure that's a great idea, quite frankly. Let's go to my Pera album and the shots from the weekend. Okay, let me show you these. It's a pleasure to show you these, including the sausage shot, eggy top note, and the Starmer sausage shot. Let me get some trout in that natural pool off the screen because that's a little bit confusing. There I am. That's Pete Wilton Davies on the left there and Ferry on the right. It was Ferry actually who did the early renovations on the Casa de Beira property before he moved on. Of course, host Stefan last year and host Ruth this year. And it is in fabulous hands with Ruth, that's for sure. That was on arrival, having a picture, getting into the beer drinking habit, as those two do. Thank you very much. Later on that same evening, a distant shot, and you could hear the lovely hubbub of people partying under those trees there. You can't see all the people because they're under the trees in the cool evening air, quaffing craft beer and drinking and eating things from the wonderful barbecue that you can see to the right of the picture. The kids were cycling around on that tarmac on the football field there and playing football. At one point, I thought us craft beer drinkers should take the kids on in a little five-a-side, but I couldn't rouse enough of a team for that. Maybe next year. Maybe we can have some man-on-man action, as it were, and some five-a-side as part of that next year, Pete, if you're watching this morning. There's my mate Marco from the Epicura Brewery, who happens to be working in San Martin. You saw him last night at a local Tashka on the far left, and guys from the Taboa, Candal, and Azor breweries as well as Epicure. And you can see, if I zoom in a little bit, the fabulous selection of beers and pumps that they had there. Are they called pumps or fonts? I think they're called fonts, aren't they? As though it were holy water, which it was. It tasted great. That's why I'm calling that weekend sacred and profane. It was a wonderful mix. And I don't mean that in the strictest sense, that drinking craft beer is profane and staying at a lovely Airbnb in the hills is sacred. It was a real mixture. It was interweaving. There's something sacred about the holiness and the beauty of the care that's gone into making craft beer as well. It was all there, folks. And there he is, Eggy Top Note. Try getting a tune out of that, which I think he did try and do a little later on in the evening. Thankfully, we stopped short of the Cafe's Aguardent, which we had last year. I think our body's muscle memory stopped us from doing that. But there's Eggy Top Note. And with what you could call the Keir Starmer shot right there. So wonderful times. Maybe see you next year at the festival. Listen, can you hear that? No, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. The sound of silence. And it's so quiet. It kind of rings a little bit, but maybe that's just a relativity of the sort of background noise that we get used to. And then it goes really quiet. You know about it. We love Central as the land is so different. It looks lovely. By Randy, who says, Ribeiro is my wife's family name. It's in the Calçadas across the road as you enter the village. Isn't that lovely? Super. Thanks for your comments. Let's go to a God Squad tip of the day then before we finish. I think I've managed to cover everything apart from Andy Klein's new video, which is similarly atmospheric and beautiful. So we'll have that as well. God Squad tip of the day from the coach. Oh, let me just take that off for a moment whilst we go to his first greeting. And forgive me if I haven't name checked you. Let's go through a few of the comments as well. We might have to stick around a little bit longer this morning. Bom dia a todos e feliz quarta-feira. Well, my rosemary is growing, if that counts. Yes, we'll take it. If you're lovingly attending your rosemary, which I'm assuming is the herb, that definitely does count. Have a great and loving day. Cheers, Coach. God Squad tip of the day. This is how the coach loves us every single day with his God Squad tips of the day. So I think several of our community agree that restricting the time when we eat is helpful. Personally, I suspect it's as much about limiting the amount we eat as much as it's about anything else. But having a late breakfast or early lunch and then dinner before 7 p.m. seems to work for us. Lunch will tend to be like a continental breakfast with fruit, cold meats and cheese, not unlike I had at Casa Ribeira there, as you saw in the picture. Dinner comprises a single dish with some form of protein and vegetables. If we're trying to lose a little weight, we cut out the carbs and replace them with more veggies. Good plan. Otherwise, we enjoy potatoes in most forms, pasta and rice. It's just being mindful, there you go, or our weight, being mindful of our weight. I think the old adage, you can't manage what you don't measure, applies. Ooh, missus! It's breakfast. It's breakfast that often defines what sort of property we'll stay in when we're visiting Portugal. Many hotel deals include breakfast, which is fine for a couple of nights, but not for longer stays. That's right. When if you happen to be in like a travel lodge type place, I know I do. When I'm there, I feel obliged to have the egg, bacon, sausages, beans, hash browns. It's like you have to do it because it's part of the price, of course, and it's blooming delicious occasionally, maybe not every morning. So we generally book apartments and try to stick to our 2 meals a day. There you go. Though, admittedly, our morning coffee might include a nata. It's all about the natas, isn't it? Let me just catch up on a few more of your comments that I may have missed earlier on this special Let Love Grow edition of the Good Morning Portugal show. Bon dia, Carl and Gumpers from a dry blue sky Belfast, decent 11 degrees, 15 by 1 o'clock. Clocks change, end of month, real cold weather starts. Yikes! And a bon dia alegria Gumpers from T-Duck this morning. And from Hugh, of course. It was lovely to visit you virtually this morning. And I thought this is about my polo neck again, isn't it? I thought the milk tray man had been retired. This is where he ended up. Joao Ernesto with his greetings earlier on this morning. And By Randy was in early too, as was Antonio F. Antonio F., thank you very much for this. This would be Craft Beer Corner. James is busy having a big fermenter delivered. Who doesn't like a big fermentation first thing in the morning? And let me go to our Sagresh or Superboc poll. I'm getting my bottom kicked over there. I like Sagresh. Most other people, it turns out, seem to like Superboc. So I'm losing in that poll over there. And on that thread, we've got Antonio adding that between the 3rd and the 6th of this month, there's a beer fest in Mercado de Alges in Eiras municipality with music Portuguese beer. It is Superboc there. and German food. October the 12th in Lisbon, four locations between Cabo Rivo and Malvilha will take place an Oktoberfest with free entry and music shows. Yeah, it's all about the Oktoberfests at the moment, isn't it? Check the link for more details, which you can see at the Portugal Club, which you have access to, of course, if you support the show, which Simon did. Thank you, Simon, yesterday. Much appreciated. Thanks for being here this morning, Squire, and thank you. Didn't go unnoticed. Thank you very much for that, mate. And thank you, Antonio F., for furnishing us with those details of upcoming beer fests. A couple of vids to come. The promo vid for the festival at the weekend, and of course, Andy Klein's lovely video. So stick around for that. I will be climaxing in just a moment. Look away. Talking of boxing, I briefly coached WBO and WBA boxing champion Chris Billiam Smith before I left Blighty. Nice work by Randy, who wants to be Cliff in the remake of the road trip and summer holiday. A drive over to Quinta dos Três Rios as we buy it, or when we buy it. Bon dia todos from João van Groningen this morning. Good to see you. And Gary loved the color of that Lexus car. And João Ernesto thinks that the Lexus was the first with a smaller crossover SUV type body, which now much imitated and copied the world over. It was a lovely car. It really was. I believe it was the 1998 Lexus RX 300, which was the first luxury brand crossover. And they're all doing it. The Mazda that we've got of Car of the Week this week is they say it's an SUV that drives like a roadster. So it's all about that kind of hybrid at the moment, as well as the other kind of hybrid, of course. I think I might buy a lottery ticket this week, says Garvo, having seen Quinta dos Três Rios again, having been part of the production crew of making that lovely film that you saw earlier on. I loved being there, and a great bunch of people. It was fabulous, wouldn't it? And this type of love event, that's the Let Love Grow Festival this Sunday, should start with a hug fest. Can you imagine that? If everybody turns to each other, looks each other in the eye, and has a hug, that's going to change the vibes, isn't it? Quite amazing. What a great idea. Thank you very much there. So your last comments then this morning. Thanks, Viv, for being here. I think you like the look of Casa de Beira. And what's the name of the new podcast done last evening? That's Expat Euro News. It's on Spotify. If you're a Spotify subscriber or you have a subscription, just look up Expat Euro News and you'll find me and the geezer over there. Good morning from Sandra Costa. Good morning to you, Sandra. Good morning, everyone. She says today is the rainiest weather here in Sintra. 300 days of sunshine. Well, we had about 5 or 10 minutes, so I'm counting that yesterday. Thank you very much. So of my research project for the 300 days of sunshine, day one went well on the 1st of October. We had a little bit of sunshine. Not looking so good so far today, but we do have 65 days in which it is allowed to rain here in Portugal. And your last couple of comments before we go to Andy's rather lovely on a pronunciation note. Thank you very much. Quarta-feira. Definitely central northern Portugal is the real Portugal, says Hugh. Quality of life, safety, environment, water, and the air. The air is just fantastic, isn't it? Wonderful stuff. Thank you so much for being here. Antonio F. with a quickie here. Oktoberfest in Lisboa is Marvilha and Cabo Ruivo in Dois Corvos, Fermentage Musa. That's a great brewery. And Oitava, Colina breweries. They're all getting together for that Oktoberfest on October the 12th. Free entry includes music shows. That's worth going to Lisbon for, isn't it? On that weekend of October the 12th. Thank you for being here. Sorry for keeping you. One more video to play you this morning. This is the Fanal Forest. And this is from Andy Klein. And you can, if you want to watch this again at your leisure, you can do so at GMP TV, our other channel. Where we have shorter content. Please subscribe over there and please enjoy this lovely film from Andy, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye for now. Oh, and tomorrow night, by the way, we're with Philomena again, and she's taking us to the doctor and the pharmacy with the essential Portuguese you need for that over on the Expats Portugal webinar. Over to you, Andy Klein. Thanks for being here this morning. Take care. Bye for now. Cheers, Brani. See you Sunday.
what you want to be getting excited about, you'll have some flyers going around now, is that we're going to be holding a one-day festival here, entirely of original music.
In Portugal, there's a YouTube show full of fun facts you need to know. Carl rings the bell and the members show to the GMP morning show. Featured guests will come and they will blow your mind. The audience will do so in kind. The little vanity mixed with some insanity on the morning show with GMP.